Welcome to another episode of Nerds Amalgamated. I'm the host, DJ, and with me today, I have the Professor and Debbie Boy. How are you two gentlemen going?
Enthusiasm! Christmas! Oh, hi.
It's Chris. Hey, it's our 150th, okay? Let's get a bit of enthusiasm going.
That's mainly my screaming as I play Cyberpunk.
Is that your screaming waiting for the frames to catch up?
Uh-huh. Oh, cool fight sting! Let's see. Oh, bullets get shot. Oh, I'm gonna die!
Yes. How you going, Debbie Boy?
I'm good. Apart from that, I'm really good.
Getting hyped for Christmas?
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna yawn. That's how hyped I am, man.
Well, you work retail, so understandable.
Die.
Shh! We shouldn't reveal his secret identity.
What, of the 30,000 people employed by Coles or Woolies or wherever it is? Seriously, they're probably one of the bigger employers in Australia.
How about you, Professor? You hyped for? How are you?
Well, I tried to go to the Maya Christmas windows today. My girlfriend, because she's never been. They weren't on this year, and we didn't bother checking until we got in front of them. Bit of a blonde moment.
Sounds like she's really hyped for Christmas.
Yeah, she is. Not like in this Rona outbreak in Sydney, though.
Oh, man.
There's no outbreak. Trust in the Legion. What outbreak? I see no outbreak.
I like how Debbie Boy's going through the whole "there is no war in Ba Sing Se."
That's basically what I was referencing, yeah. So there's no temple in the lake. There's no such thing. There's no war in Ba Sing Se. It's peace here. You can tell what I've been watching lately.
Okay, let's move it along to references the non-weebs will get.
Let's go, boys.
So, Debbie Boy, you've got a story about EA and their newest acquisition.
Yeah, the boys are back. Aren't you happy? So, EA, killer of game companies, has once again returned to acquire yet another famous development studio. This time, it's Codemasters.
No.
Has
Seriously?
Codemasters done anything worthwhile in the past 10 years?
Yes.
Come on, Colin McRae. Come on, Colin McRae game.
They did Dirt Rally 2.0, the new F1 game, which got high reviews. They're basically famous for racing games these days. Because their main output's mainly F1 games and rally games, pretty much. So, they did some shooters back in the early odds, but they've died down on that for the publishers. Mainly focusing on racing these days. So I bet you there's an acquisition that we pushed into be a part of EA Sports.
Makes sense.
In racing, sports, F1 sports. So I think the main reason that EA purchased them was probably because of the F1 license they've got the rights to.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense there.
Because that's pretty big. The Dirt games are... Dirt 5 wasn't very good. I think maybe that's why they have agreed to the acquisition. Because Dirt 5's kind of flopped. It's just a lot of bugs, and it's pretty much a Cyberpunk issue over again. It wasn't exactly hyped, but it had just a ton of bugs, and gameplay wasn't quite up to scratch. So I think perhaps, I doubt there are any issues, but perhaps they were just feeling a bit of heat and decided to take up the offer. Because, what offer it is. EA's agreed to pay $1.2 billion for the acquisition.
Oh.
So not on the levels of Bethesda, but, for a studio... nowhere near the size of Bethesda. Not Bethesda itself. Or was it? It's Softworks, wasn't it? No, it's part of the. Well, what's the overarching name of those studios? Who's Bethesda Games owned by? ZeniMax. Yeah, ZeniMax. Yeah. So, ZeniMax owns those franchises. So you break it down, that's a hell of a deal for $1.2 billion for just one studio, without even that many famous licenses. So yes, EA has agreed to. They're trying to agree to the deal, and Codemasters as well, which will probably be $1.2 billion. It'll be completed in the first quarter of 2021. And so the EA CEO Andrew Wilson added, our industry is growing and racing category is growing as well. together we will be positioned in the lead for a new era of racing entertainment. So that's obviously the reason they bought it. With the full leverage of EA's technology, platform experience, and global reach, this combination will allow us to grow our exciting franchises and deliver more industry-defining racing games to racing game experiences to a global fan base. Apologies for the stuff up there.
So minus the marketing bullshit, we want to make racing games.
Basically, they want to make racing games. Which, I mean, EA, they still have the Need for Speed developers. So I'm a bit clueless as to why is that, because they already have the Need for Speed developers under their wing. So maybe they just want to get a bit more of a, large proportion of that very small genre, maybe?
And not to mention the Need for Speed games earned a lot more money than the Colin McRae games.
I mean, Colin McRae games haven't been made since 2006, right? After he died. Rest in peace. But I mean, the main franchises that we're stealing, well, not stealing, but let's talk about EA.
Stealing, wink, nudge.
So we Formula One, Dirt, Grid, and Project Cars.
That's a lot of franchises they've just picked up then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're combining those of Need for Speed, Burnout, and Real Racing.
Unfortunately, Need for Speed and Burnout are both dead, and I've never heard of Real Racing.
Oh, Need for Speed's still alive. Need for Speed Heat was just released last year.
Okay, I missed
It's
that one.
actually the best in the series in the last 10 years. The best game. It's fantastic, but I've yet to play it because it's $100 still and has not come down in price.
Yeah, $100 for a game that's just a reskinned version of the previous game.
It's basically Underground 2 with prettier graphics. But yeah, the Codemasters CEOs will stay in their same positions. It's just they're going to be obviously taking now the head lead from the EA executives. So
when are we going to see a loot box in a Colin McRae game?
Well, man, God damn it. There hasn't been a Colin McRae game since 2005. They don't own the license anymore. Stop saying that.
I know.
The last Colin McRae rally was called Colin McRae Dirt in 2007, which then became the Dirt franchise.
All right.
But they haven't done it since his accident because obvious reasons. Stop saying it. God damn it hurts me.
I think we found his weakness. Quick, exploit it.
But yes, so that's pretty much how it is. What do you guys think?
On the one hand, like it's good to see maybe we might see more. Maybe we might see EA do some cool stuff with the Codemasters in terms of maybe get a new branch of sports games. On the other hand, this is EA we're talking about, and they ruin sports games. I mean, look at their Madden games; they're so bad.
Yeah, they also ruined Arma. So the Arma developers, Bohemia, used to be under Codemasters, and when they split, Codemasters got the name. It was Flashpoint, and Codemasters made a couple of shitty games with that name.
Yay.
Yeah, and not to mention with the EA, when they had Madden 21, it was just reskinned Madden 20 with no significant changes whatsoever.
Sometimes they even take features out.
Yeah, and my favorite video to highlight that was Angry Joe's Madden 21 rant and how much money he had to pay for that stuff.
Well, he didn't have to. EA weren't breaking into his house and holding a gun to his head, were they?
I mean, you sounded like it.
Don't give them any ideas.
How do you not know you didn't break into his house? EA's the boogeyman after all. Dresses up in a suit, has EA written on the face.
With the EA written on the balaclava going, give me your money. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Challenge everything, including the law.
Here's the other problem, though. Like, as fun as we like to see this acquisition go, I reckon we're going to see diehard Codemaster fans just get turned off by this and go, nah, you know what? I'm not buying this game anymore. You guys sold out.
I don't think so. It's a sports game. Sports fans will buy the game because they have to.
Look, racing fans don't have that many options between games these days because the industry was at its height in the early 2000s. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. I mean, the Rally Dirt series and F1 series are designed for diehard fans already because, majority of people that buy into the Dirt franchises are they are used by actual professional rally drivers, but usually it's people who usually have some sort of racing setup because that's the primary focus in the marketing because it's and Dirt 2.0 2.0, you have mud ground control and turf frequency and all its like things that make it more or less realistic. So I don't see them being put off. Perhaps they went a bit hard on the loot boxes if they do go that route, but I don't see it being a major issue for them.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, sports fans are a captive audience.
I mean, you make the point being, is it morally right? No, but it's business. And if people enjoy something, they're going to buy it until it gets too much.
And you can go a long way before it gets too much.
Yes, hi, Battlefront 2. Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
At least they rolled that one back.
Yes, they did.
But that was a case where it was too much and people refused to play it.
Turn the straps from a bands by controller, spin around, it's like, free XP.
Yeah, it's pretty ironic that their tricks were beaten so easily. But then that ruined the game because it turned into an XP farm so that people were just trying to earn XP to unlock new characters. Can't imagine it's great to play a game where half your team immediately turns into whirling dervishes.
Hey guys, come on, let's go on an adventure. Guys. Running in a circle.
No,
you just keep spinning. That's fine. I'll go without you.
What does this say about the future of driving games as a whole, though? Do you reckon there's survivability at this point, or?
Oh, there's definitely survivability, but the publishers are getting more tightsy. So what I mean by that is there's been 3 big holders of driving games now. You got Sony with just Gran Turismo, whenever they release the next one day. You have then Microsoft with the Forza series, and then you now have EA with basically every other driving game.
Oh, wow, that is a great point. They literally have every other driving game now.
They literally have everything apart from Forza and Gran Turismo. That's it. They have Need for Speed. They got Burnout.
The main franchises anyway. There's always like Assetto Corsa.
Yeah, there's always like mid-budget stuff, but like the big ones people think about when they think of driving. Project Cars, yeah, they own it all.
Oh, Project Cars, that reminded me of the time when they released it and then they said like, oh, we're going to continue. It's not finished yet. We're going to be giving out little bits and pieces more of that game.
Meanwhile, didn't one of the Gran Turismo games get pulled because the dev decided one of the buildings was the wrong color?
I can't confirm that one. I don't know. Quick, Google.
I'm doing it. Gran Turismo pulled over building color doesn't turn up anything.
What tricks is your mind playing on you?
Yeah, no, maybe it's either it's something that's hidden, or I'm it's hidden by all the other Gran Turismo like paint colors, but I can't pick it up immediately. I tried Gran Turismo Recall. No, of course, that's just actual Gran Turismos and other cars being recalled. Yeah, kind of ironic that the Gran Turismo game doesn't actually have, it doesn't focus on Gran Turismo. Here we go. It's Gran Turismo 5. It was pulled after discovering that one of the buildings was slightly the wrong color, and one of the side repeaters on a Nissan 370Z wasn't exactly the right shape. And he asked everyone to return their game so it could be destroyed.
Well, at least he has a good sense of quality.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like serious.
Hey guys, I fucked up. It's got the wrong color, wrong shade. We have to just destroy all the Blu-rays.
I wonder how many gamers would just go like, nah, it'll be fine. I'll keep mine.
I bet the majority.
What is this? Gran Turismo 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was... So what year was that?
2010.
Yeah, why didn't they release an online patch or something? What the hell?
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
I was like, okay, 2006, fair enough, but 2010, you could do that. Oh, well, fair enough then.
Unless, I don't know, maybe I was just pulled in by a troll. That's from a website called Sniff Petrol. Okay, that sounds...
yeah, I don't think that's quite the most, reliable source.
Yeah, and it just skimming through Wikipedia, it doesn't seem to be there. I might be wrong.
I think you've been trolled, man.
Yeah, I'll keep reading, but I could be wrong.
But make sure to open every link on that webpage and get rickrolled, then we know our answer.
If we hear a song, if we hear Rick Astley playing the "Never Gonna Give You Up" song, then you know. Although,
all right, yeah, I think I've been trolled. It's not on Wikipedia.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least you won't face prison time for this.
That's
terrible. The US courts want to make illegal streaming a felony. So if you play a game on Twitch and the developer decides they don't like that, jail.
Really?
If you play a game on Twitch and it's got some copyrighted music in it that you didn't know about, jail.
So
that's why I like that games are doing streamer mode recently, where it comes with warnings, so you can set it up so that if you want to stream, it doesn't play anything copyrighted.
My question is, if this goes through, do you think that even if they do get through and all that, would it even be enforced?
I kind of doubt it, because it sounds like it would be really hard to enforce.
Like, Jimmy just, was watching a YouTube video and then he decided to start live streaming and he got a copyright strike. And now, 8-year-old Jimmy's got to go to jail.
Like that Weird Al music video for Don't Download This Song. It's got that, 8-year-old who downloads a song and goes to jail. Can
you download a car? I think not.
And that dramatic music that was actually not under license.
Can you download a song? Yes, but jail time.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that the Australian government messed up their copyright protection ads.
Yeah.
But it's one of those great moments of irony.
So wait, the music inside those classic ads was actually...
Yeah, they didn't have the correct license for it or something like that.
Quick, fact check. What fantastic. But yes. So this is certainly something.
What's crazy about this is that it takes into account the whole DMCA abuse. Like, people use DMCA just for personal profit kind of thing.
Yeah, takes into account. I don't think it takes into account at all. It makes things worse.
Yeah,
this would make it. You could now use it for so much more.
Those companies shaking their hands. Oh boy, we're gonna get Jimmy in trouble.
Oh, okay. So, yep. Again, maybe maybe I've been trolled. Maybe the piracy music wasn't copyrighted, but it is claimed by the campaign. So, of course they'd say they were all on the level, wouldn't they?
Do you want to know the crazy part about this, though? The politician that's spearheading this campaign. Recent news has come out that all the donors lists that have been given to, all the money that have been given to him, all of them are basically Hollywood.
Are you surprised? Because you better bloody not be.
I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't expect this guy to have so many Hollywood companies under his belt going, yeah, let's give you money.
They all do.
Walt Disney gave him money, Warner Music gave him money, Viacom, Universal, Fox, Sony, to name a few.
Why do you think Fox and Sony and all of them are backing a politician to put in a law against illegal streaming? Whether it's actually illegal or not, there's some... it's never been tested in court as far as I know, but one of the arguments for it is to do with public performance and stuff like that, for or against. So it's the sort of thing, you're probably not going to get in trouble at the moment, but there's no reason you're going to get away with it in the future.
This will send a very dangerous precedent to a lot of people.
Yeah, I think if you're a streamer and this goes through, you're going to have to be really careful, because felony's a serious business.
Well, look, it will go through, and then America will realize that they have just, now their streaming business is falling apart, and it's one of those things where if it is enforced, which I doubt it, but if it is, then they're gonna have some issues. It's like, isn't it kind of a good thing to have a lot of famous people on the internet from any country if that's what to get outreach and stuff?
Yeah.
But if you DMCA and remove them all and just leave people from other countries.
Look, the DMCA is not the smartest organization on earth, so...
So if you remove people on the internet who are American or speak English and like to play English songs, so then the only songs remaining on the internet are by India, China, and Russia, or Japan. So that means those songs, those other countries will now get exposure time, so they get more popular.
That's the argument for streaming, because if you release a game, streaming for games release is a really big advertiser. Maybe not so much for music, but I know so many games that would not have taken off without streaming. Yeah, Among Us, Fall Guys, I think had a lot of support because of streamers picking it up. I don't think it would have grown so quickly if and probably not as big if streamers hadn't pushed it.
Yeah, it's the crazy part about it is I had a discussion with someone earlier today, and I like the quote that he posted saying that the damn senator that they're trying to ensure that people get arrested for using copyrighted material, but when it's used in fair use like what it should be, then it's fine. It will easily ruin content creators' lives if people get arrested over their own content and if used under fair use, when idiots like this bought and paid for by senators abusing the system to throw them under the bus.
Yeah. And this is an example of a company, companies using lobbying politics for their own advantage. This is really only benefiting Sony and Viacom and all of those other companies.
Here's a fun thing. So Sony makes a PS4, and they let people play their video games and encourage it. But at the same time, their music division is going to be copyrighting the people playing their games being played on the PS5, made by the PS5 first-party developers. I see a feedback loop here. Is this technically money laundering? So you get people to buy games, which gives us money. You have to play it, and then we can get those people in trouble, and then we get money from them.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
So in other words, Sony is the champion at the end of the day. Congratulations, Sony, you've screwed everyone over.
Hey, this is Sony who put a rootkit on their distribution CDs to stop you pirating music.
Yeah, good point.
They're a bad example if you want to pick non-evil companies.
Oh, come on, there's Nintendo.
Nintendo's not evil.
Nintendo games are not evil. So Nintendo development division's not, but then the actual company itself is very much out of touch with consumers, but that's because they live in Japan, and what companies are out of touch basically over there.
Yeah, it's probably a cultural thing that Japanese developers are so out of touch with what we consider in the West.
Mm. Well, I will say this: the Japanese do make better spacecrafts than NASA.
Again, I'm going to work on it.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
So the Japanese Space Agency recently opened up the Hyabusa2 capsule from Ryugu mission, and it's revealed a good amount of asteroid samples. Very good amount, by the way. He says samples, except dust size, also size of pebbles, soil samples in heaps of dark coffee grounds mixed with granules, and there's also brought back asteroid gases as well.
That's pretty intense. Bringing back chunks of stuff from so far away.
Strange toxic gases. Now, it's precise for research, but if it did get out of the atmosphere...
Please, no. I've had enough 2020.
Hey, remember that time I said we need a plague?
Yeah, you also said that while we were in the middle of one, so, you're a bright spark, aren't you?
Hey, it's cool to see it after how long was it when they first did the whole mission 6 months ago?
Yeah, it's been several years now, and it hasn't been that long since it actually picked up the rocks, but it takes years to get into position. Yeah, so they're saying that the gases related to the minerals in the asteroid soil are yet to be determined, but they will identify them soon enough and determine their age. And scientists are hoping that samples from the asteroid surface can provide information from billions of years ago that are unaffected by space radiation and other environmental factors. Yeah, so, that makes these really old rocks. So what they're trying to find is how they're distributed in the solar system and if they are related to life on Earth, basically. And if there's aliens on the asteroids. Which, is how this is going to end, because it's 2020. Hey! Look on the bright side. At least at least we know it's the penguins that took over the galaxy. We know the penguins rule the world, but what's out there? How do we know that the penguins are all out there? I haven't spoken to them recently. Have you?
Nah, I tried to find on my powerful telescope, but I couldn't find anything. Too elusive. But it does. But jokes aside, though, this does provide some potential to for more asteroid mining. Wouldn't you agree?
Hey! You're right.
Absolutely. You can't go mining if you don't know what there is there. In fact, we might have spoken about this before, but I'm pretty sure Hyabusa is the asteroid in Delta V by Daniel Suarez.
Yeah.
Point being,
well, it's a bit of real world inspiration there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, run out of minerals on Earth? Well, my friends, off to the space as we go.
Yeah, well, in this book, this Elon Musk type madman's just like, you know what? Instead of sending robots to do the mining, why don't we send humans?
I'm sure that goes very well.
Yeah, so without telling anyone or getting licenses, he hires a bunch of humans and sends them off to the asteroid. Yeah, it's not exactly how things would go in real life, but it's pretty good story.
I bet.
I'm waiting for the sequel. Please hurry, Daniel. It's sort of like, it's got the Martian energy. A bunch of smart people in space doing things that their equipment was never designed for.
What would be pretty cool about this would be, can you imagine using asteroids as a way of, as a Noah's Ark kind of thing?
Yeah, that's one of the theories. Instead of launching a rocket to interstellar space, hitch a ride on a comet, because the comet is going there anyway, so why not go along?
Yeah, but then the downside would be, though, you'd be facing a lot of crazy environments on a comet and stuff, depending how big the comet is.
Yeah, no, but you can take your habitat. You don't need to ride on it just like a cowboy, like Slim Pickens in How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
I learned to stop worrying and love the book. I love that book so much.
Yeah.
Is it a book or movie?
It's a movie. Okay. It might have been based on a book. I was getting
confused for a second. Book or movie? Whoa, which one are we at?
I know the Offspring made a video out of it.
Yeah, it's loosely based on a book called Red Alert.
Well, it'd be a matter of survival if we were to do that, though.
Yeah, or a matter of science.
Yeah. Well, what we know is
because we can.
Well, what we know is it won't be like it won't be like the game Ark.
You mean the movie Vin Diesel?
Yeah. Whichever. Oh, you mean the sequel?
They say your brain completely shuts down and crows, which must have happened to the programmers of Ark, because that is seriously buggy.
It appears you've fallen through the map. I believe the sands of time have whipped me away.
Yes, I don't think the anime is going to be anything like the game in terms of quality.
So they're making a blockbuster movie now.
And a sequel.
No, it's a game. It's a sequel. It's a game.
Yeah,
sequel.
A series, a television series, and a sequel.
And a television series. How are they?
Yeah.
I thought they still haven't finished the first one yet.
Yeah, I don't get it either. The first one's still really, buggy and unfinished.
What do they want to do?
But come on, it's Vin Diesel. That's the selling point.
Well, whatever you want to do, man.
So, Ark Survival Evolved as the animated series was announced on the Game Awards, and it also revealed the cast for it, which involved Madeline Madden, Michelle Yeoh, Gerard Butler, Jeffrey Wright, David Tennant, Zahn McLaren, Devery Jacobs, Raga Ragnars, Elliot Page.
I love that name, by the way, Raga Ragnar.
Me too. Malcolm McDowell, Deborah Mailman, Russell Crowe, and Vin Diesel. That is one heck of a all-star cast. And the series has not been given a release date, but it was expected sometime in 2022. And I think we saw a glimpse of it on the Game Award. Okay, the trailer looks pretty sweet. I will say. So from the synopsis I've got from here, it's saying Ark, the animated series, chronicles the stories of a mysterious primeval land populated by dinosaurs and other extinct creatures, where people from throughout human history have been resurrected. When 21st century Australian paleontologist Helena Walker awakes on the Ark after tragedy, she must learn to survive and find new allies or die again at the hands of ruthless warlords, all while trying to uncover the true nature of the strange new world.
Okay, that sounds so generic.
Oh, they've even with the cast as well. They even put the characters in what they are. So Jared Butler plays General Gaius Macilius Nova, a brutal ancient Roman despot.
What kind of name is that? Mate, yes, but also, what kind of name is that? I've never heard that type of name before.
Madeline Madden plays the 21st century Australian paleontologist Helena Walker. Malcolm McDowell plays Senator Lucius Cassius Virilius, a manipulative
Romans.
a manipulative aristocrat during the reign of Caesar Augustus. Elliot Page plays Victoria Walker, an idealistic humanitarian aid worker and wife of Helena Walker.
Wait, so Helena, is that the Aussie paleontologist?
Yeah.
Wow, so convenient. She goes to the mysterious island where people from all around history have turned up with her partner. Like, wow, what a coincidence.
David Tennant plays Sir Edmund Rockwell, an egocentric 19th century scientist harboring dark ambitions.
Okay, this sounds fun.
Carl Urban plays Bob, a recent square-jawed Ark arrival. Michelle Yeoh plays Mei Yin Li, a 3rd century Chinese rebel leader known on the Ark by her reputation as formidable as Beast Queen. Her reputation as the formidable Beast Queen. Sorry. Russell Crowe plays
3rd century China. Is that a Free Kingdoms era?
Hang on a second.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And Vin Diesel plays the 24th century mech pilot, gearhead, and freedom fighter Santiago.
Of course he does. Like, that's just such a Vin Diesel character.
I will say this though, this whole story reminds me of I don't know whether you've ever seen the anime series Dr. Stone. Oh,
I know.
That's a good series to check out. Yeah, that's an interesting one to check out. So yeah, this story reminds me of Dr. Stone for some weird reason. With the whole it's Earth after a few thousand years and warlords and whatnot.
I mean, that story's only been done like 1 billion times.
But what do you guys reckon, though? The whole idea of mixing game canon with TV series canon.
I don't have a problem with it. There was a really interesting experiment with I can't remember the name of it, but it tied in with a TV show that was airing at the same time. Started with a D, I think.
Deus Ex?
No. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Again? Depending on how they handle it.
Oh, what do you think the show is again?
It starts with a D. Something like, I want to say Devotion, but that's an entirely different game. Diversion, I think, might be it, yeah.
Oh, you mean Divergence?
No, that's a different thing.
All right. The question is going to be, though, like, how much of the game lore will be in the TV series and how much of the TV series lore will be in the game? That's going to be that'd be very difficult to juggle, wouldn't it? Like, it's like, oh no, we shouldn't really on them.
You just decide if you're going to have a unified vision going like from the start, and then your problem solved.
So, what do you think of this? The whole cast and the characters, the characters revealed in this.
Well, David Tennant's character sounds like a fun character, but I'm not really sold on the whole show as a concept. Oh,
by the way, Russell. Oh, I forgot to tell you in terms of cast. Russell Crowe plays Core the Prophet, an eccentric dino whisperer hailing from a time before recorded history. So we're saying Jesus Christ?
No, nothing like that, because Jesus is recorded history.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know, the whole Bible, they wrote it down. Come on, DJ.
Yeah, but to quote Mayor Wiggum, no, not Mayor Wiggum, Police Chief Wiggum, the Bible says a lot of things.
It does, but if it's in the Bible, then it's recorded, so it can't be, the Bible's not before recorded history, is it? But this is a caveman who fights dinosaurs, and that doesn't work. Cavemen never lived at the same time as dinosaurs.
There was a time machine. The caveman was picked up in a time machine, then transported back to the age of dinosaurs and lived from there. Get the facts right.
my biggest fear is because with this all-star cast, I just hope it doesn't become like a Genlock like scenario.
Yeah, completely wasting David Tennant's talents.
Yeah. Not to mention like overworking the staff as well.
Yeah.
Just to get the project done.
No.
Would you guys watch this in the end?
No.
No?
I've never really been into Ark, so maybe, but
it doesn't interest me in the slightest. It's just no.
See, if it is, I'm just hoping if it's written well, then maybe. I mean, the trailer looks promising. Yeah, I might wait till the DVD
the trailer
or
for
the
Genlock
Blu-ray.
looked promising.
Hmm?
Trailer for Genlock looked promising.
No, that's
that turned out
Lots
well.
of trailers look promising. It's easy to make something look promising when you have a whole season of episodes and only have to pick 2 minutes out of it.
You got me there.
Speaking of promising, and I destroyed my segue, I got confused. God damn it. Speaking of promising, what games have you been playing? Hey!
Hey,
see, I knew it was going to be that, but I was kind of concerned I was going to choose the wrong one. And then I failed. And then I kind of got stuck.
You'll get there, Devi. You don't know how long it took me to train
I'm already
DJ.
better than him, so I'll be happy with that.
I've just been playing Art of Defense. Just a fun tower defense game.
Try something new.
Hey, 2 times! 2 times!
Yeah, to be fair, I'm still playing Noita.
And that's 3 times for you.
But
now.
Noita's a roguelike, which means it's different every time you play. You're just playing a tower defense, which are the same every time you play.
Makes sense. What about you, Debbie boy? What have you been playing?
Well, I haven't started much into it yet, but I'm currently on emulating. We'll love you this physical copy, but it's kind of expensive. Lupin the Third, Lupin is Dead, Zenigata is Love. It's a long title.
Which emulator are you playing on?
Lupin the Third, Lupin is Dead, Zenigata is in Love. Okay, we got that. So it is a PS2 action-adventure game based on the Lupin the Third anime franchise. It's sort of like a third-person shooter adventure sort of game. It kind of mixed matches between things. But the main reason I'm playing is because Lupin the Third, which I love. So I'll have to update you on where I go. I've only just got it working. So I can't really say too much on a rating so far.
Wait,
that's
is that your phone
tone? Yes.
Message tone? Why am I not surprised your phone
so
tone
my
is
alert
the Metal Gear alert?
and my text message is okay from Metal Slug. Okay, get a new message. And then my ringtone is the Gator Steiner ringtone from Steins Gate.
So, I know you've started early on this game, but have you encountered any flaws in that game?
Very much not polished. Like, not in a bad way. It's just, you can tell it's middle market jank.
So it's a PS2 emulator, which is a bit janky to begin with.
But we'll find out how it goes.
So, how many nerdy beanies would you rate this one out of? I know it's early, but
I cannot give it a good rating because I haven't really played it at all yet.
Fair enough.
Can you rate the emulator?
So 1 out of 5?
Because I'm a little bit using. I think it's PCSX2. It's all right.
Yes, that's a good one.
It's a bit of a pain to get.
Like in terms of emulators, it's a good one. In terms of PS2 emulators, anyway.
No, it's overall all right, but like all emulation, it's not smooth unless you're doing like NES or whatever. It's been grounded to like a full stop in terms of being perfect.
Yeah, it's also easier to emulate NES games because there's really only a handful of chips there. PS2, you've got to do all sorts of weird magic because it uses weird processors. Definitely. I reckon it will probably be easier to emulate the current gen stuff because it's it's all consumer gear basically, or very close to it.
Yeah, you're not wrong because it's all like close to like piece like in the time since the N64 up to basically the PS4, it was all basically proprietary, weird graphic and weird setups basically.
Yeah, and I haven't been following like emulation for later consoles, so I don't really know how it's going. I know Switch is actually doing all right, but they recommend emulating the Wii version of Breath of the Wild.
I see, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
Well, there isn't really much of a drive to emulate
that's really the only one I know of.
there is, but not for the right reasons.
Yeah, give it another, 4 or 5 years, and once you're emulating for preservation rather than piracy, it's much more agreeable. And so one thing I worry about is that these projects starting up when the console comes out, admirable projects and great work, but because people use them for piracy, it's just giving emulation a bad
but
name.
I mean, there's not really two ways around it.
Yeah, whereas, Lupin the Third, you can't, you said...
So I was looking at eBay, there's only one listing on all of eBay worldwide, and it's going for $130.
Yeah,
wow.
So the developers aren't making any money off that. So that's much more agreeable to emulate that than it is to emulate, Red Dead Redemption 2. Not that I know why you do that, because it's on PC anyway.
So that's really the only way to play it is through emulation. Surprisingly, it's made by 505 Games. By memory...
Yeah, I recognize that name. What are they doing?
Control, Terraria, Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Death Stranding support, I guess. Blood Ritual and Night support. Yeah.
Well, they publish, though. They're not,
Flipping tons, man. Hellblade, Battle Islands, Stardew Valley.
Okay, so what happened?
Drift 2021, Sniper Elite. Jesus Christ, these guys are huge. Professor Lane, I believe. Maybe? Was that different kind of... What's Professor Layton's developer? That sounds familiar.
No clue.
Oh, Level 5. Okay, so that's why I'm getting confused. Okay, all good. So they didn't make that one. But no, big publisher. Anyways, yes. Professor, what have you been doing? Any more Metro?
I'm still on Noita. Yeah, it's still digging deeper, having to find out what I'm fighting, and the 4th level is so painful. Every enemy on the 4th level is ranged, and I'm not good at ranged combat yet. I can fight the melee characters, but the ranged characters are just a pain.
I could feel it, yeah. So what's the game again?
Well,
Oh, okay.
Noita.
How close do you think you are to finishing?
I get the feeling maybe the 4th level is the final level, but there's a whole lot of side content as well that I haven't gotten to yet.
You'll get there. In time.
Yeah.
So how many have you been?
I'm a couple of 100 hours in. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
Yep.
So we'll take a short break, then we'll be back with our shout-outs, remembrances, and famous birthdays and events of interest. So onto our shout-outs. Oh, actually, before we go to the shout-outs, we're just going to do some new stuff onto our
shout. Format. Let us know what you think.
Yep. Thank you.
Whoa.
Come on, DJ. I know you can use your words.
What? Okay, I didn't realize that. Sorry. I just found there's actually 2 Lupin the Third games for the PS2. And I realized that. Okay, so one of the first one's called Lupin the Third, Treasure of the Sorcerer King. And the second one is called the one I just said before. Anyways, that's a little revelation for me tonight.
What is it with anime and ridiculously long names?
Lupin the Third, Lupin is dead, Zenigata is in love. Lupin the Third, Treasure of the Sorcerer King.
That one's sort of reasonably length, but, some of them are just, wow.
Oh, there are some long names. There are some very long names.
Is that a comedy thing? Because in English, the only books with really long titles I can think of are comedy.
I think it's more of they just want to translate it, and the translation's much more easier, so that kind of thing. But
much wordier, you mean?
Yeah. Onto our shout-outs. On the 14th of December 2020, the 30th anniversary of Commander Keen. Apogee Software released Commander Keen, Invasion of the Vorticons. It was the first in a series of PC shareware games that brought fluid Mario-like platforming to the PC. It has also launched the legendary developer id Software. The first Commander Keen game, Invasion of the Vorticons, is split into 3 episodes designed for PCs with MS-DOS. In the first episode, you play as Billy Blaze, aka Commander Keen, a kid who must travel to Mars to repel an invasion of dog-like aliens called Vorticons. The aliens have dismantled your ship and scattered its parts across the planet. Your job is to retrieve those parts so you can get back home. Along the way, Commander Keen builds a compelling backstory through special stages.
Commander Keen is related to Doom Guy.
Really?
One of the timelines for, id games is that, BJ Blazkowicz is like great grandfather, whatever, by the time Doom Guy comes around. Commander Keen's in there somewhere. It's sort of the new Dooms have sort of turned away from that, having Doomslayer sort of being eternal. But in the old canon, I'm pretty sure they were all related.
Yeah. So on the 14th of December 2020, the 30th anniversary of Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands, a 1990 American fantasy romance film directed by Tim Burton. It was produced by Burton and Denise D. Novi, and written by Caroline Thompson from a story.
Sorry, what was that name?
Denise D. Novi.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. The id Software co-founders have confirmed that their heroes are all related.
Ah, nice. So Edward Scissorhands was written by Caroline Thompson from a story by her and Tim Burton. Johnny Depp plays an artificial humanoid named Edward, an unfinished creation who has scissor blades instead of hands. The film earned $6,325,249 in its opening weekend in 1,372 theaters, and grossed $56,362,352 in North America, and further $29,661,653 outside North America. With a budget of $20 million, the film is considered a box office success. Burton cites Edward Scissorhands as epitomizing his most personal work. An extinct lobster-like sea creature called Kuntenchelia Deppy is named after Depp because of its scissor-like claws. Did you guys ever see that movie?
I've never seen it. I know I'm supposed to, but I haven't.
Might be a good Christmas movie.
Yeah, might check it out sometime.
On the 15th of December 2020, 25th anniversary of Tales of Fantasia. The Tales series was first launched back in 1995 with the release of its first game, Tales of Fantasia. Since then, 19 games have been made in the series, giving the franchise an impressive legacy. The first game, Tales of Fantasia, inspires many spin-offs, sequels, and standalone games that all bears the title Tales of, giving the fantasy role-playing games quite a lot of content for fans to explore. The game takes place in the fantasy world of Azalea, and follows Cress Albin and his allies who must travel through time in order to destroy Dehos, a demon king who seeks to wreak havoc upon the world. A short anime series based on the game Tales of Fantasia, the animation, was released in 2004, and it heavily influences of time travel and a bit of Norse mythology. It is confirmed
Nothing wrong with a bit of Norse mythology.
It's fun. It is confirmed as a distant sequel to Tales of Symphonia. David, I remember you said that this was one of the pillars of the
yes,
RPG
in terms of classic
games.
RPG genres, because you have Tales series, you have the Final Fantasy series, and you have the Dragon Age? Dragon Quest, thank you.
Dragon Quest.
What's Dragon Age? Oh, that's the BioWare one, isn't it?
These are pillars of the Japanese RPG.
Okay, yes, Dragon Quest.
Yep.
These are obviously a different story because you've got so many other different things coming out. Obviously, you've got Automata, you've got a lot of Skyrim, all these other things, right? So RPG-wise, there's lots more variety these days. But in terms of the classic RPG genres, it is like the main three pillars of like the big series. But yeah, these days, it's a different story because you've got so many. You've got obviously Kingdom Hearts and blah, blah, blah. So, but yes.
And on to our remembrances, the 16th of December 1980, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Harlan David Sanders, American businessman best known for founding fast food chicken restaurant chain Kentucky Fried Chicken, also known as KFC, and later acting as the company's brand ambassador and symbol. His name and image are still symbols of the company. The title Colonel was honorary, Kentucky Colonel, not the military rank. So Colonel Sanders basically developed the secret recipe and his patented method of cooking chicken in a pressure fryer and opened up a series of restaurants. After being recommissioned as a Kentucky Colonel in 1950 by Governor Lawrence Weatherby, Sanders began to dress the part, growing a goatee and wearing a black frock coat. Later switched it to a white suit, a string tie, and referred to him as Colonel. He never wore anything else in public during the last 20 years of his life, using a heavy wool suit in the winter and a light cotton suit in the summer. He bleached
That must have been hard because, you're eating chicken and you're supposed to wear your white suit. How are you going to clean that out?
It's like spray water on it and just wipe it out with tissues. He bleached his mustache and goatee to match his white hair. He died from pneumonia at the age of 90 in Louisville, Kentucky. On to our famous birthdays. 16th of December 1917, Arthur C. Clarke. English science fiction writer, science writer, futurist inventor, undersea explorer, and television series host. He co-wrote the screenplay for the 1968 film 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of the most influential films of all time. Clarke was a science fiction writer, an avid popularizer of space travel, and futurist of a distinguished ability. For many years, Clarke, Robert Heinlein, and Isaac Asimov were known as the Big Three of science fiction. Writers. Clarke was a lifelong proponent of space travel. In 1934, while still a teenager, he joined the British Interplanetary Society. In 1945, he proposed a satellite communication system using geostationary orbits. His works are marked by an optimistic view of science empowering mankind's exploration of the solar system and world's oceans. His image of the future often feature a utopia setting with high developed technology, ecology, and society based on the author's ideals. He also listed H.G. Wells, Jules Verne, and Edgar Rice Burroughs as influences. He was born in Maine.
What's your favorite Arthur C. Clarke story, DJ?
Oh, I'm still going to say that I full disclosure, I have not ever read an Arthur C. Clarke book, but I still love the 2001 Space Odyssey movie.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
I like Rendezvous with Rama.
Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting for that movie.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's been wanting to make it for years.
Oh, he's not getting any younger. I mean, come on, Morgan. Hurry up.
Yep.
He was, so Arthur C. Clarke was born in Minehead, Somerset. And as for our event of interest, on the 16th of December 1922, President of Poland, Gabriel Narutowicz, is assassinated by Eligwies. Oh my God, I'm sorry to all the Polish people listening to this. Niewiadomowski. I'm so butchering that name. At the Zacheta Gallery in Warsaw. So Poland regained independence in 1918 in the aftermath of World War I. Gabriel Narutowicz, professor of engineering, was a pioneer of electrification, and his works were presented at exhibitions across Western Europe. Narutowicz also directed the construction of the first European hydroelectric power plants in Monty Mohliberg and Andelsbach. He was elected the first president of Poland in the Polish presidential election 9th of August 1922. 5 days after taking office, while attending an art exhibition in the Warsaw's National Gallery of Art, Zacheta, Narutowicz was assassinated during a conversation with the British envoy. The assassin was a painter and art critic, Eligwies Niewiadomowski, who fired 3 shots at the president. And the murder of the president was served as inspiration and main theme for a number of works, including the 1977 feature film Death of a President, and Wilhelm Sasnal's 2003 painting Narutowicz.
Yeah, poor guy, only getting 5 days in office.
Yeah, and a nerd too.
Yep.
So that's all we have for this week. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Where else can they find us, Professor?
Pod Hero, Facebook, That's Not Canon website, where a new That's Not Canon podcast just launched called We Don't Talk About That. And the host, Lucas Land, says, the podcast where we talk about things we're not supposed to, learn how to have difficult conversations, and talk to people about what makes them different.
So yeah, stay healthy, stay nerdy. Hooroo!
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week.